Hey everybody, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are
Brains and Beauty
times two.
I'm Shayla.
And I'm Miami. And
today, okay, we are doing our review on Behind Her Faith, episode 3, which was on Angelica Nwandu, which is the founder
of the Shade Room,
honey. Now, if you don't know the Shade Room, you've been under a tree, in the woods, somewhere, like
in the cave.
It's ducked off, honey, because you know the Shade Room. Don't do that.
Even if you don't follow it, you know the Shade Room. So
so the Shade Room is basically, celebrity gossip, but mostly on Black culture. If you didn't know,
they know.
And that's who the interview was on. So they really just went deeper into her story about her faith. Again, if you have not watched the series is created by Paula Bryan Ellis, and she's actually director and creator of the series.
Yes.
And so we're gonna get right into the review, honey.
No further ado, let's get into the review.
All right, so what did you think overall synopsis of the
first, Miss Angelica, okay, Angelica, I love this episode. I know I've been saying this for every episode because it's true. Angelica is so raw and real. I like that she didn't have a history, like a real true history. Like, you know how some people grow up with God at, they in church from 10, 15, they be singing in the choir. They done, she came from a even though God was introduced to her through her parents in different type of ways, she fell off and came back. And I think we all get we might not, well, she really fell off and came back. But for some of us, we kind of just lightly tread, knowing God is there, and go through a phase of Lord knows what else, you know what I mean? But it was just good for her to be open and honest and telling us all about her life, from the sex to the drugs to everything, to being basically telling everybody, like, I don't know about no God, I don't know about no Jesus. And then she got into knowing about God and knowing God, but not Jesus. It was just so authentic, man. Yeah. Like, I think every woman on this series, it's just their true, authentic selves, and they don't sugarcoat nothing.
Nothing, honey.
And in this day and age, we don't need no more people who sugarcoat anything when it comes to the word of God and the message of God, because people out there who don't believe already think we are robotic.
Yeah.
They think we have to say a certain thing. We got to look a certain way. We got to behave a certain way. And if you ain't doing that, you ain't whatever. So to see that women of God come in all shades, color, sizes, personalities, sauce,
honey. I like that.
God put sauce on all us different. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a marinara with a little bit of balsamic with some mushrooms and some sweet. Okay, I'm hungry.
Clearly.
Okay. But back to the review. He do give everybody individual sauce, and for her, she was just so real, man. I don't know what else to say. Like, she was just so real and honest. Some people ain't honest. They don't tell you everything about their life.
Yeah.
She was honest.
They're afraid of opinion. Yeah,
they're afraid of opinion. But for her to say that, you need that. You have to have that transparency to be able to capture somebody who has that same identical type of life and identity like you, to get them on the verge of,
and to make you
faith.
Relatable.
Yeah.
You have to have that transparency to be relatable. So we are going to go.
How do you feel about it real quick before we go?
Okay, before we go into the rundown. I just think, again, another amazing story of a Black woman who went through tragedy.
Yeah.
Kind of lost herself for a while.
We all do.
Which we all fall off
in different ways. We all fall off.
Lost herself, but then went searching because she knew there was something missing.
Yep.
And ultimately ended up finding God again.
Yep.
And again, which has helped her in so many ways, has helped her not be, to have the faith to know that what she was doing with the Shade Room was something she felt like God was telling her to do, that she didn't quit when another issue happened with her company. And like she kept persevering, and she even did an extension with the Same Room. If you're aware, anyone is familiar of that, the Same Room is more so of a more faith God-based page than the Shade Room, obviously. But it was her walk created an extension for people, even non-believers. It's not about, that page isn't just for believers. It's for people who don't believe. It's for people who are curious. It's for people who are lost.
Lost and curious is big, man.
Yeah.
When you get the lost and curious, you have done your job, because one post, one word, one caption, one something can turn the unbeliever into the curious. And then you could turn the curious to the believer.
Exactly.
And it's levels, and that's okay. Some people don't jump from here to there. Some people got to take steps to get there.
Yeah.
And that's cool too. So behind her faith is basically love and protection from God. Mm-hmm. The love of God, the protection of God is literally behind her faith. That's what keeps her faith going, knowing that God, which I'm about to know that love, because love is God. God is love. But knowing that the love of God will be in her life no matter what. The protection of God is in her life, and she knows that no matter what. So I loved how she used the love of God and the protection of God, because I honestly feel that too in my own life.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from her childhood. Okay. Her childhood, her parents, she had 5 siblings.
Yeah, she had 5 sisters.
She had 5 sisters. Her parents didn't have they were always fighting. They didn't have the greatest of relationships. Mm-hmm. And normally, again, she was there, like she said, for basically every single one of the fights. She was always there. Always there.
Yeah.
She saw them all. Her father was a pastor.
Yeah.
Her father was a pastor. He was religious. And
religious pastor.
If you don't understand the difference, there's a difference between being religious, being someone who's just a very religious person, and actually having a personal relationship with God. There's a big difference between
it's just all about the actions. It's all about what you believe your actions are supposed to be. If you're a religious person, you're going to sit here and talk religious talk as if, don't do that, don't wear that, do this, smile then, do not smile then, do this, do that, don't do that, do this.
It's more about the set of rules.
Yeah, as if those rules are more greater than my Jesus and what he did. Are you kidding me? There's no rules that I can do and check off to say I'm greater than what Jesus did. That's what religion is. And I just got real bold with it, because some people really think that if they do this checklist, that is greater to get them in line with God, knowing that ain't it. Yeah, Jesus was it.
Yeah.
And that's when the relationship starts. And I think some people just misconstrue that. So that's the difference. I just wanted to throw that in there. Y'all know me by now, right? So I just wanted to throw that in there.
So one night, 4 of her sisters ended up, her parents ended up getting into an argument. 4 of her sisters remained, 3 of her sisters along with her remained asleep. They didn't hear this fight. The one fight they did not hear. One sister did hear it and ended up waking up, and the father ended up killing their mother in the apartment that they lived in. Very horrifically. Again, the details are unnecessary, but basically she lost both of her parents that night, both of them, and so from that point on, she was seeking another father in men. You understand what I'm saying? So, and again, if you've ever
and also a mother and a father,
but she was
really seeking that void of the void of a father.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and again, we all know what that can lead to. You're making the wrong choices in men. You're picking the wrong men for the wrong reasons, or
and
feeling
you're trying to keep them by doing those things.
By doing things
as
that
if it ain't for that, they won't stay.
They won't stay around.
Or you just trying to figure it out and explore.
So she fell into the whole, she fell into food. She used food to fill the void. She used drugs to fill the void, and she used sex to fill the void, and to keep these men around. And she just became very, as we would say in our day, loosey goosey. Loose. And she just did what she wanted to do, basically. And
yeah, it wasn't worried. And that was her when she was in college.
Yeah, no, like she said, she always believed that there was a God. She always knew that there was a God, but she didn't necessarily believe in Jesus. She didn't believe in Jesus. So in college, she actually was like she said, a full blown atheist. Like she was an atheist.
She was just pushing the opposite of what anything. She'll go against anything somebody tried to come against her with. You know what I mean?
Even try to get a whole bunch of people to follow her in her beliefs of there is no God.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until she got out of college.
Yep. Did the Shaderoom.
Yeah, and she met was it a therapist? It was a Christian therapist, right?
Yeah, but it was after she made the Shaderoom and did the Forbes and all of that.
Oh, yeah,
and then fell into a depression.
Yeah.
And then she said something ain't right and had to go get this Christian therapist.
Okay, so when she started the Shaderoom, guys, she knew there was a call on her life, but she didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. And she always got a lot of slack and a lot of hate. Like, we all know what that feels like. A lot of hate about the Shaderoom. Oh, you can't be having this and this and that kind of thing. And again, with anything and with life, there is good and there is bad. And she had to basically learn that in reporting the news, which is, in her way, which of Black culture, that there is going to be good stories and there's going to be bad stories. Yeah. It's just news, but she wanted to report it her way.
Yeah.
And in an industry where nobody was doing this, they
were
really
the first. They were the first to really get out there. For them to have over 500,000 followers within 6 months, that just speaks right there in 2016.
So the power of what she had.
Yeah.
And then she ended up losing it. Then they actually ended up taking her page down.
Because it probably was just, again, it was new. So Instagram was probably like, what is this? What is this going on?
Yeah.
Not these Black girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She started not with just herself, with her friends too. You know what I mean? So they started doing these posts. And then after it came down, it went like, I guess it went viral.
It basically went viral, yeah.
To say that little newsroom everybody been raving about is down now.
It's down now.
But then they actually got them back on to get 500.
The buzz.
Yeah, the buzz to get 500,000 in 2 months instead of 6. So
she really realized what she had in that moment. And even when they hit, she hit in Forbes. When she got in Forbes, now you would think in the height of you building a company and now you being written about in Forbes. This would be the highlight of your life.
That's a highlight right there.
You know what I'm saying? That would be a highlight of your life. You should be living the dream at that moment. And she wasn't. She was depressed.
Girl. It had me think about the highlight of my life. I wasn't no Forbes, not no Forbes. But doing reality TV, like at that time of reality TV, like everybody just thought, oh my gosh, she on Flavor of Love. She's all on the TV. Mm-hmm. She's doing the covers of the magazines. Oh my gosh, she's in Black Men and she's in King. Like doing the things that we're supposed to do as Black women at one point. You know what I mean? The thing we're supposed to do to get there. Meaning TV, magazines, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was hitting them little check marks. But behind closed doors, guys, I was losing my mother. Nobody didn't know that. At one point, I don't remember half of the years. I was just doing what I had to do to get my money, to stay busy. Not doing what I had to do, but you know what I mean, like doing my work to stay busy. But at the height of my career, supposedly, it wasn't the height of my career. It wasn't. It was the most craziest time in my life that I had personally experienced at that age up to that point. Mm-hmm. The height of my career, supposed in front of everybody's eyes. She think, whatever. Oh my God. I was losing my mama. Lost my mom. And then lost my grandmother. Then lost my great-grandmother. My family just went crazy. I didn't know. Everybody was grieving. So nobody couldn't even come to you and say, how you doing with your mama? Because everybody else was grieving the grandmother. And then those people was grieving the grandmother. Like nobody had nobody back. Because everybody, so you had to tend for yourself. Like I had to tend for myself through all of that. Because I had nobody, because everybody else was trying to do their own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that part I just understood. And it ain't Forbes. But for me, that was my Forbes.
But it's still relatable.
And that's the point. Relatable.
Yeah.
Because everybody just think, oh, you're doing so. Even celebrities to this day, you may think they're doing so great. Like.
You don't know what's going on.
Robin Williams.
Yeah. No one ever.
For him to take his life, we would have never thought. Shoot, the guy who just committed suicide. Even though that's a whole different topic of suicide, but to let you know that just because that people look a certain way, You never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So
she was depressed. She knew that something just wasn't right. Something wasn't sitting well with her.
And she went to go fix it.
She went to go fix it. So she went to see a therapist. And the therapist actually happened to be a Christian therapist. And the therapist just let her know, look, honey, like, I am God-filled, and some of this might come off on you. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know ahead of time. And again, that was the Lord just peeking his head in that moment.
We all need to do that. In our careers, this is one thing that I think all of us Christians need to do. No matter what field we are in, no matter what we do as a source of living or income, if it's not straight, direct Christianity work in the church, we need to let people know, just letting you know, I'm a Christian. So it may rub on you a little bit. You know what I mean? Because you just never know who's coming inside of your presence through your job, through your career. So, yeah. It's true.
Nice little side note. Okay. So, once she started seeing this therapist, she started really, like, basically just really starting to, she basically asked God, please show me what it is that I'm supposed to be doing.
If you're real, show me what my purpose is in this world.
Yes.
Show me what it is.
Yeah.
And what our God did.
Showed up and showed out.
Okay? Showed up and told her this is the reason. She said at the very end, to inspire others to get through and have an assignment. The assignment on the journey was what's the name? I'm saying about to read something else. To inspire others to get through the culture.
Yes.
So she had got that back then, and he just revealed it to her like that, like how people think it was like almost immediate. Yeah, like just like that, and that's how God is.
And that was something that she was actually struggling with the whole Shaderoom. She didn't know if this was something that she should be doing because everyone kept telling her, you
can't be no Christian running no Shaderoom.
Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do this. You can't intertwine this. And again, at this time, she was still seeking. She was still seeking something to fill that void.
So it was sometimes she wanted to take it down.
Yeah.
She wanted to take down the Shaderoom so many times. But then she realized, no, this is the perfect time that I can use this platform just as all us should. Use what people think as our sinful whatever, right? The little bad check marks. The perfect time to use that to be able to speak and say, I can talk about this too. I can do this too. Like, let me use this to do that. You know what I mean?
And again, it was like sitting in there talking to your auntie.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
And I like that because some Christians too, some of us, some people just don't follow the Shaderoom. And I get it because sometimes it could be overbearing. But at the same time, let's think about it. When you go over your family's house, there's a cousin. It may be an uncle. It may be an aunt.
Honey, and aunties.
It may be a grandma. It may be a great grandma. And it may be your own mama, your own daddy. And everybody is somewhat like that Shaderoom. Like, oh, let me tell you what's going on with so-and-so and so. Oh, let me tell you what. Oh, and by the way, but what's her name just had a baby. Oh my God, the baby's so beautiful. And but let me tell you how what's her name.
You getting all the news that you missed for the last year
and bad.
There you go.
At that Thanksgiving with your crazy family.
So that's how that was her analogy of the Shaderoom, and it's actually a really, really good analogy.
Yeah, because we all have that piece of us.
Yeah,
and we can't deny that.
No, we definitely can't.
Yeah, so if you follow it or you don't follow it, just know you know about it. And it's okay.
I love how she talked about how she brings her employees together.
Yeah.
For these retreats and stuff because it's very important for them. Yeah, to be on the same page and to be able to interact with each other. How big that interaction is because it gets you all on the same. Not only on the same page, but you all end up having the same mission. Yeah, you're all going towards the same goal. Yeah, And I really love that. It's important because, again, a lot of times...
Just like we have to meet up.
Yeah.
We have to get on the same goal. We have to keep our mind focused on what we're doing, what we're trying to head to, and always even revisit that. And if we got to tweak something. You know what I mean? But just to see the whole entire, how many people it take for that Shaderoom to run.
Yeah, to run effectively.
Just to see all them people, because of course we know, because you read some of the posts, you may see story by whatever. You see these other names saying
contributors.
Contributors. But just to see them on camera, it was like,
to see
so many people involved. Yeah.
And from all over. They're not all from like one city. Like they're from all over the place, and she's bringing them in.
I love that.
And
a
again,
true businesswoman.
Girl.
Because flying people out, honey.
Straight balls.
Yeah.
So, and also again, this is black media. Black media, like she says, is still fighting for respect. So she has to make sure that her company
is like 3 times, 5 times, 1,000 times even better, more
than
any
other company that could be possibly that's even reputable, white or black. It doesn't matter. Yeah. We have to always strive to do more and be better. Yeah. So I think that was nice for her to say, and it was important for her to say, because that's something we all should know as a black community. We should definitely know that. And she learned patience, and she saw the vision that she had for herself while she was doing it. While she's been building the Shade Room. So I thought that was a good one as well. Yeah.
She even talked about what was her testing trials and her faith. And she said, when you start to do these journeys, because we all start these new journeys, and soon as you start something good, here goes some mountains. Yeah. Here goes a storm. Mm-hmm. Here goes some hell. Here goes some... Y'all know what I mean?
Yeah. Always something trying to block you.
Always. So to say that she was tested... with her faith, the things that she's always been tested on is knowing that you ain't holy enough to be talking about being a Shade Room founder and try to do a Christian-based room as well called the same room, or even post about God on your Shade Room. Like, you're not holy enough to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's her.
You ain't good enough.
You're
How
not
you
good
gonna be
enough.
talking about that?
Yeah.
Which a lot of us people out here, we all do. A lot of us do that. I ain't gonna say all of us do it, but a lot of us do that. Yeah. Oh, girl, you done did A, B, C, and D in your life. You can't be talking to me about this.
And this is why her story for this doggone show, for this episode, is so important, because it just reveals Christians are not robotic. No. Christians are on journeys. Christians will forever be on a journey until the day they leave and go be with Jesus. Christians will never be perfect. We all have sides to ourselves. Now, are we happy with all of our sides? No. Yeah. Some of them are just there. Some of them are just part of us. And that's something we have to struggle with every day. Mm-hmm. So to sit here and have people tell you what you ain't and who you ain't, knowing that God love you when you close your doors, when you get in your house, when nobody else is around, and you know God loves you for you, you got to get through that test, because I don't care what y'all saying or how y'all think of me. When y'all ain't around, when I'm not on my phone, I could care less how you think of me, because I already know who thinks of me, and he thinks of me so highly. He tells me that every day. He tells me I'm good enough, even right here in my little mess. So for her, this episode was good because it still shows she could still be a Christian.
She's still molding
herself. She's not a robot. Yeah. She's not a robot. She's not
perfect.
This mask. You know what I mean? Like, she does this and she does that, and that's all of us. We all have our shortcomings. Yeah, and that's gonna be forever. Yeah. Ain't not one person on this earth is flawed. Not flawed.
Basically perfect.
Yeah. Nobody. Not one. Not one of my pastors. Nobody. So I just love this because it just shows a good indication that when you love God, you believe God, and God loves you. That's all that really, like, who cares what you think?
It's about your personal relationship with him.
Who cares?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was, again, her story, I feel like shows that no matter what you've been through in life.
And still
going through. You can always seek him. That he hasn't forgotten about you. That he's always been there. Even in those times where it seemed like he wasn't. He was there, and she realized that. Even when her mother was murdered. All those times I've been there for every fight. Every single one of them.
And guess what?
And this time, he saw it fit to keep me asleep. Because who knows what would have happened to me or my sisters had we have all waken up in the middle of it. We don't know. Maybe we could have been gone with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was even so powerful for her to turn around and say, if she could turn back the hands of time and change it, she wouldn't. Because she understood that who she became and how she evolves in that moment, from the food to the drugs to, losing both parents to
everything.
Now seeking different men, when using sex as the tool and all that kind of stuff. Like, all of these things shaped her to become who she became. And even in the end, when she was trying to push God away, he showed up and was there every time. But when she needed him to show her he was there, he was there, and he showed her that. Oh, and he never left. All this time, you thought he was gone. He wasn't.
He wasn't gone. Even when you went to go seek a little therapist.
Yeah,
I got a trick for you, little mama. I'm gonna give you a therapist who know me.
Okay. Yeah.
And you gonna feel like, why I gotta choose her out of everybody? I'm gonna have you choose her.
Yeah.
She's gonna be destined for you too, for your next step.
Yeah.
Like, everybody is destined for everything. You know what I mean? Like, even when we're not even thinking, he got us. He got us. Like, I doubt if she thought it would be her.
Yeah, I know. I
you know what I mean?
Doubt it.
Like, that was
not
the beginning of her journey.
Yeah,
that was the beginning of her journey to believe in Jesus, to understanding Jesus. Like, he needed her to be connected to her to move forward.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
I just think that it's so. You guys really just have to watch.
Yeah, so you can hear it. Maybe it can get to you in ways that us even talking about it is not enough.
Yeah.
Because again, because
we related to it in different ways.
Yeah, we relate to it in different ways. So our opinions right now about the show, we probably didn't even say something that probably could have touched you.
Yeah.
But that's why it's important for you to go watch it, because maybe there's one piece that we have not covered that is very big for you to listen to and make you start to think about stuff and make you, get related to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
this is definitely a series, guys, that you
all
need
series.
The entire series,
we
not just her
to the
episode.
Next one. Oh my
God.
God.
The entire series, you must go watch. If you have not watched, we'll know what you're waiting on. UMC.TV. You can go there. You can also catch it on Apple. Mm-hmm. Was it Apple?
Yeah, and also Apple, Amazon
and
Prime.
Amazon Prime. Like, it's available for you
everywhere.
To watch.
It's no excuse.
It's no excuse now, because people talking about you need to go watch it. Period. Yeah. This was a great episode. She just hit a different point of how her encounter with God than Essence and Niecy.
Which is great to hear. You want to hear different testimonies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to keep hearing the same old, like, it's just like the Bible. Like, you don't want to keep hearing the same book over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Every book in the Bible is different. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
To have these living testimonies that we get to listen to from these women who just agreed to pour their little business out so that we can hear it and be inspired. It was just good. And like I said, I'm ready for episode 4.
Episode 4 is with Aisha Hines.
Man.
And we know we can't wait for that one. We definitely can't. We also want you guys to make sure that you check out Behind Her Faith podcast.
Yes.
After Party. You actually go and check that podcast out.
Yeah, because we actually did the review.
Yes.
I mean, the podcast discussion on this episode.
Yes, we were joined with the actual creator.
Oh my God,
Paula Bryant Ellis. Such a pleasure.
She is like so an aunt, big sister that you have never, ever, ever could have thought you would be able to have a conversation with. I can't even speak, child.
Yeah,
it was just so refreshing just to talk to her.
Yeah. And also we had it was Jamila Jackson.
Yes.
And she is with at Loved Blessed Box. If you're on Instagram,
that is just
y'all
so
check
inspiring.
it out. Her company is so super cute, and basically they just they have things for encouragement. Her products give encouragement at any point, at anything that you're going through in life. She has things for encouragement and to encourage you in your life at any time in your life, any phase in your life.
That is so bomb.
So y'all check her out, Love Blessed Box. And there was also Morgan Chase Fitness, health and fitness expert.
Our vegan bae.
There you go, our vegan bae. Yeah, I mean, just a beautiful group of ladies.
Women, yeah.
And again, it was like we just
had
got joined to a sister circle. Like, it was a really good talk.
It was so bomb. We so appreciative, like, to even be a part of the conversation, to sit there and have like-minded women to talk about God, Jesus, the Spirit, and testimonies, like, it was just, sometimes you just need to be around people who is on your same, you know what I mean?
On your same vibe.
Your same wavelength when it comes to God. Because everybody ain't on the same wavelength.
Yeah. And that's okay. Because you'll get on a wavelength, or you'll find someone who is on the same wavelength as you. And again, it's about seeking.
It's about seeking. But let me make sure I rephrase what I mean. I mean on the same wavelength when it comes to God, meaning no religious.
No religion. Yeah.
No religion.
Yeah.
I just cannot. Because now you're disrespecting my Jesus when you're too religious. And you know how I get about that.
I know you do.
Jesus did too much, baby, for you to around here be religious, thinking it's all you.
I can. Okay. All
right, so we gonna go because I get hot.
We gonna end this off because y'all about to get us started. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all check out at Behind Her Faith podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Check out the interview and the discussion that we had on that. And again, go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, boo.
Let me just do a quote. The creator, Paula,
there you go.
What she said on our interview, and I had to, while she was talking, I felt terrible that I had to pull out my phone.
We both were on our phone writing
it down, but I was like, I hope she don't think we sitting here texting, because we was sitting here writing down this quote. Let me just say this.
Yes.
When she said the journey comes with the assignment.
Yes. Your own personal journey comes with an assignment. Everyone's does.
Which means, why you worry about your journey? Why you worry about today? Today is part of tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You need today. You need yesterday to be able to get over there tomorrow.
Your purpose is your journey.
And it's forever. Mm-hmm. And it molds together and it works together.
Yep.
And it goes together. So today, you worry about today. Do what you got to do for today so that it could be a part of tomorrow, which is part of still your purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, when she said it, I was just like, we both
on our phone writing it down.
We on camera, like, that comment. Oh, I gotta write this down.
It's powerful.
It was so powerful. Like, don't sit here and complain about nothing. It's part of your doggone assignment.
Yep.
Everything you witness.
Everything you witness, everything you've been through.
Like, even when Angelica, like you said, when Angelica said, I won't change nothing. Because that's a part of your assignment. Even that part of that journey is a part of your assignment, which is what she's talking about today, to be able to relate to a lot of people. Yep. And who knows, people from the Shaderoom can go ahead and watch this interview about her. And maybe there's like so many people who was like, I don't know nothing about no God. I definitely don't know about no Jesus. But I heard Angelica. Mm-hmm. She's the doggone creator of the Shaderoom that I follow, sit here and joke and kiki with. If she could know God and still do the Shaderoom, oh my God, God can still love me. And
again,
I'm still shady.
She's a messenger of
hope.
Oh
my God. So anyway, child, this could be an hour discussion.
So we're
going to go ahead and end it right here.
Yes. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Brains and Beauty ×2. And we'll holla.
See you later. Oh, how I ended last time? And God loves you.
Forever, ever.
Forever, ever, 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 ever. Don't you ever forget that.
Bye.